Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Quickie Basics. Today I'm going to show you how to properly tune and set up a Fender Squier Stratocaster. Early this week, a client of mine has brought this Squier Stratocaster. Now, the problems being complained by the said client is that the guitar is always out of tune.
It actually is a little bit high.
Poor intonation.
And some fret buzzing.
After a thorough examination of this guitar, I concluded that the problem is caused by weak spring tension. Problem is caused by weak spring tension. The spring tension is actually the spring that supports the bridge and is attached to the body. Now, as you can see, the bridge is actually facing down because of the weak spring tension, ergo resulting in a gap underneath the bridge. If the springs are actually weak, when the spring pulls the bridge tends to be facing down or diving down, creating poor intonation because the scale becomes shorter and of course the action becomes a little bit higher. Now, to properly remedy this, we have to replace the tremolo springs.
Rotate the machine peg clockwise. I am using a string winder, but you may also use your hands if you don't have any string winder. Once the string is already loose, carefully remove the string from the post. Now do the same process with the other strings. Avoid tying the guitar strings through the machine tuning peg because it makes it difficult to remove them when replacing the strings. As for this, we need to find a way to remove it by prying it with a separate tool. Actually difficult to remove strings when they are tied through the post, and it's really difficult to remove them with a tool that's not specified for the purpose.
Now, after you have successfully removed the strings from the machine head, carefully remove the strings from the bridge. Do it carefully as much as possible. Now that I have successfully removed the strings, I'm going to replace these soft tension springs with a heavy tension gauge springs which I ordered off of eBay.
Loosen the screws of the bracket. Now carefully unhook the springs from the claws of the bracket, and then carefully unhook the other ends from the slots found underneath the bridge.
Now I'm going to place the springs which were ordered off of eBay.
And these are shorter springs with stronger tension on them.
Now if we're going to compare them, the new ones are a bit thicker and basically they're a bit shorter and the tension is a lot stronger
compared with the older springs, which are a lot longer and of softer tension. Now, attach one end of the spring to the slots provided for underneath the tremolo bridge. Hook it to the hole like so. Then attach the other end to the claw of the bracket. Now repeat the same process with the other springs. Screw the bolt tightly after you've installed the springs.
We now proceed on to the next phase. For this particular guitar, I'll be using Ernie Ball gauge 9 strings. First step, open your strings. Second step, use the thickest string and insert it
Through the slot under the bridge.
gauge 32, the string number 5. Gauge 24. Gauge 16. Gauge 11. Gauge 9. Now that I have shown you how to insert the strings through the bridge,
It's time to install the strings on the machine pegs.
grab the end of the string. I'm going to start with the thickest string and insert it through the hole inside the machine peg and pull it all the way through. Now after you pull it all the way through, you grab at least 1.5 inches from the point where your machine peg is at. In this case it's here, and then pull it back up to a point where it meets the hole of the machine peg.
If you can, align the strings along the slots provided for in the fret nut. Now carefully spin the machine peg anti-clockwise until it reaches about 60 degrees angle, and thereafter you may use your string winder for convenience.
Now don't forget to hold on to the other end of the string and pull it lightly as you wind the strings anti-clockwise. Make sure that on the first loop, the loose string would be on top of the base of the string. Keep spinning until it reaches a point where you could actually already feel the tension.
Just make sure that when you're winding the strings,
The loop is under the hole through which the string was inserted.
make sure all of your loops go under the previous loops. Now after the first turn, the tail of the string goes above the base of the string and all subsequent loops go under the base.
Now, since there's a string holder here, I prefer to already
Place the base of the string
under the holder while gently holding onto the other end with my finger. as I wind the strings tightly. After the first loop, I fold it up so that it won't interfere with what I'm doing, and I could create a nice tight loop there.
Make sure you make each loop tight by pulling the other end with your right hand.
Insert the strings through the holes on the machine peg. Pull the string.
Since treble strings are a lot thinner than the bass strings, this time pull it back 2 inches. Then just repeat the process you did with the other strings.
Wind it. As soon as I create a right angle, I would actually press this up so as not to interfere with what I'm doing, and then pull the string a little bit, make it spinning. Now, after the first loop, it's already safe to pull the string and bend this up. Now, after the second bend, I press this and insert it on the string holder. After you place the strings, pre-tune the guitar as follows. Tune this to E. Tune this to A. Tune this to D. Tune this to G. Tune this to B, and finally this one to E. So that you will not forget E, A, D, G, B, E, I have a mnemonics for that. Eat and dine, guts become expanded. Now you cut the extra strings on the machine peg. And then bend this downwards so as not to hurt yourself. You see how pointed those are?
You could hurt yourself whenever you touch those.
So I suggest using the same pliers. Cover the lower surface with a cloth.
And then bend the strings downwards.
Now that you have your guitar set, it's time for us to rock on. Thank you for watching Quickie Basics, and I hope you learned something new today. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. Until then, bye, God bless.